A, B, C.
This is a Letraset catalog, a book of typefaces that the company Letraset was offering on dry transfer sheets that they are producing. This was a way for graphic designers to do type on a budget. You'll see a few really familiar designs in here, and a few you've likely never seen in your life. You can't use this font, or this one, or this one, unless you have it in its original physical format. But that can be fixed. This is fu-ture-a. No, wait, this is. Or this? Maybe this? Well, the fact is, none of them are fu-ture-a. This is. Or, technically speaking, all of them are? When Paul Renner came out with fu-ture-a in 1927, it took the world by storm. This Bauhaus typeface was used from pole to pole. It's in game manuals, movie posters, NASA, multiple presidencies, and it's the choice of Wes Anderson. It was so popular that competing type foundries made their own copies. None of these were technically fu-ture-a. These are Spartan, Vogue, 20th Century, and Tempo. This is the real fu-ture-a, and at the same time, it isn't. Fu-ture-a's convoluted history is covered extensively in Douglas Thomas's book Never Use Fu-ture-a. Time has passed so far, it's hard to find an original set of fu-ture-a-led type. Even when fu-ture-a was officially distributed, distributors had their own version. Letraset's fu-ture-a was different from what you would use with phototype lettering, even though it was the exact same time period. Even when designers have digitized fu-ture-a from its original elements, digitizing creates a whole new set of problems. There's an abundance of fu-ture-a digitizations out there, and each of them have their own quirks. These are what are called digital revivals, often each with their own name to discern from the other. Sometimes, designers put their own spin on the design. This brings us to one of the most interesting parts about typefaces. They're not covered by copyright. You can patent them, but that patent only lasts 15 years. You can't trademark them, you can't register a copyright on them, because they're only forms. Because of this, that means anyone, even you, can create your own copy of fu-ture-a and sell it to the masses. So why are we still paying for it? Well, just because you can't copyright a typeface doesn't mean you can't charge for it. What you're paying for when you buy a digital font isn't to use the design, but to use the software. A computer font is made out of anchor points and instructions, and those instructions are copyrighted. If you already know how to use Adobe Illustrator, you've already halfway learned how to digitize a font. Throw in a specimen sheet, trace, and throw it in Font Forge, or shell out a few bucks for the font self extension, and there it is. But that doesn't mean it's easy. Typography is hard to get consistent. Because of this, there are many amateur revivals that have a variety of problems. This is the biggest reason why it makes sense to be paying for them. A designer has gone through the effort to bring this old type into a modern platform in a professional way. The years of expertise and knowledge to make type look right are what's of value in a revival. The hard work has already been done. Even though we've been in the digital age for the past 30 years, there are so many amazing typefaces that aren't accessible on a computer. But anyone can change that, as long as they have the original glyphs to reference from. There's an argument that digitizing someone else's design and selling it is unethical. But then the response to that is the time and work it takes into digitizing it gives it its own standing. This isn't a loophole in the system, it's a feature that hundreds of designers take advantage of. This is done on a corporate scale, such as McDonald's dropping Helvetica and creating their own derivative, Speedy. But even then, Helvetica isn't entirely unique either. The world of typefaces is a lawless Wild West where anyone can essentially steal anything legally. An incredible amount of money has been earned this way, but with so many revivals created without the designer's permissions, when the design itself can't be copyrighted, you can't help but feel that every font is free.